Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. So this is going to be a love and spirituality reading for fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and this will apply to your sun, moon, rising, and Venus sign. And as always, I will be doing an extended video. So if you find this video helpful or resonates, then you can watch the extended video, which will have more in-depth messages for you, and the link to that will be in the description box down below. Okay, so let's dive into this. Basically, I'm going to be reading your present energy and seeing what messages come through for you, and then I'm going to be giving you some future predictions for the upcoming month. And even though this specific reading is for predictions for August 2020, if you come across this video after August 2020, the messages may still resonate with you because tarot is timeless. So, keep that in mind. So let's dive into it, fire signs. Okay, so we're going to start with your present energy. You're coming up as the Lover's card and the Eight of Wands. So it looks like as of right now, you have something that you're very passionate about. You have something that you kind of have your eye on, and it's almost like you're trying to manifest it, because this Eight of Wands energy is giving me like spiritual energy that's being projected outwards, like when you really think about something very strongly and like your energy and focus is being put into it. I feel like there is something that you have your eye on and that you're really thinking about over and over, whether it be something or someone is what I'm seeing. And it seems like your heart is really invested into whatever this is, but there is some sort of blockage. I feel like there's some sort of stagnation, like there is something standing in between you and what it is that you're passionate about. So we have the Strength card here in the reverse, and to me that lets me know that the blockage that you're having is some sort of, do I want to call it a vice? I guess that would be the word. Some sort of vice, something that you are having a hard time overcoming, something that's overpowering you, something that you feel you can't get rid of, something that you feel like you're sort of a slave to it. I know that might sound really extreme, but it's some sort of lower vibrational something that is overpowering you, or you feel like you can't overcome it, and it's standing in between you and what it is that you're passionate about. So this could be different for different people. You have to take it as it resonates, but this could be, for example, like you are wanting to start some new career path and your fear of failure is overpowering you and stopping you from being able to, go towards that career. And so you're self-sabotaging or you're procrastinating and you're having a hard time overcoming that cycle and overcoming those patterns. You see what I'm saying? Or maybe it's that you are really invested into a relationship or into a person that you want to be with, and you're having a very hard time overcoming some sort of lower vibrational things, like maybe past traumas or triggers and things of that sort that could get in the way of fully investing yourself into this relationship. Or maybe the other person, has those triggers or something that is holding them back. So it's something that, like I said, you are very passionate about, but you are being held back, and it's very frustrating to you because whatever this thing is, it's like, I'm sensing that you know exactly how to overcome it, but just because you know how to overcome it, it doesn't mean that it's easy to overcome. So for example, let's say that this is, past heartache that has now kind of caused you to be afraid of falling in love, right? Logically that the reason that you're afraid is because of the past, right? Because of past heartache. And that the past has nothing to do with this new person that you might be interested in. But just because you logically know that, it doesn't mean that it's just easy to overcome that. So it is going to take a lot of energy, effort, and hard work, and a lot of discomfort. I'm feeling like a lot of you are not wanting to feel uncomfortable, and you may have to feel uncomfortable in order to overcome whatever this thing is. I'm hearing exposure therapy. So one second, I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting these messages through clearly. I'm hearing exposure therapy. So what exposure therapy is when you have an extreme fear of something and you keep exposing yourself to it slowly but surely until that fear is gone. So for example, if someone has a fear of dogs, if they're in exposure therapy, the therapist might give them a stuffed dog first, or maybe the therapist will give them a picture of a dog, and then they'll move up to a stuffed dog, and then they'll move up to maybe going to an animal shelter and seeing the dogs but not touching them, and then maybe they'll move up to actually touching a dog. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's exposing yourself to what it is you fear slowly but surely. So I feel like Maybe if you're someone who is just really having a hard time, falling in love again, maybe slowly introducing yourself into the dating scene might be good for you. Or if you have a person that you are specifically interested in, taking it very, very slow with them could be something that helps you. Or if you're someone who, let's say you are going towards like a new career path or wanting to change course in your life, and you are having that fear of failure and then that procrastination, is like you're needing to take baby steps towards overcoming that fear, so maybe sitting down and filling out one job application, if you're trying to change career paths, or even just sitting down and filling out a half of a job application. It's like taking it slowly but surely to overcome that fear. I hope that makes sense. I was trying to give like as many examples as possible so that like it can resonate with a lot of people. But overall, just to sum up, the thing that you are passionate about, you do have the ability to get there. You just have to break through this barrier by slowly but surely exposing yourself to what it is that you are fearing. Because what it is, it's a fear. Like, even though it's like these bad habits or this vice or whatever this is that's blocking you, the root of that is some sort of fear. When we're procrastinating and we're having a hard time overcoming procrastination, it's fear. When we're having a hard time, not pushing someone away when we actually are interested in them, the root of that is fear. When we are having a hard time, when we're trying to switch career paths or we're trying to find a new place to live and we're having a hard time staying focused on going towards that, the root of that is fear. You see what I'm saying? So really it's fear that is blocking your way. So with this slow but sure exposure, it'll help you to overcome that fear. You see? So I hope that makes sense. You can look up exposure therapy and it'll give you a clear idea of what I'm talking about. The distant horizon card comes up and also the false persons card. So I'm feeling like that's imposter syndrome right away. It feels like when you're going towards whatever this is that you are passionate about or that your heart is in, it seems that there's this part of you that tells you that you're not, like, that it's not you, that it... How do I explain this? Okay. It's sort of like if you are falling in love with someone and they're falling in love with you, but there's this fear and this doubt in your mind, you can start to hear this thing in your head that kind of tells you this is too good to be true. This is not meant for you because of the way that things have gone for you in your past. Like maybe you've been hurt a lot in the past, you've been discarded, you've been abandoned, you've been rejected. And so that's the story that you've told yourself. That's the character that you've written in your head about yourself. Like in your life story, you're this character that constantly gets rejected, abandoned, and things of that sort. And so when you are meeting someone who actually is in love with you, who wouldn't do that to you, it goes against the character that you've already created in your head about yourself. And so you sort of start to feel like an imposter. Like you feel like you're like in the wrong story. Like, no, like this fairy tale, this is not the right story for me. Like I can't play this role. This isn't the character that I am. You see what I'm saying? Or like when you're trying to switch career paths and there's like this high level career that you're trying to reach, and maybe you've never reached the height of your career in that way, or maybe you've never like tried to aim that high in a career yet. And so you have in your mind like that you have played this certain position for so long and you feel like you can't possibly reach those heights. That's not you. That's not, who you are. But that can be who you are, because just the same way that you created this character due to your past experiences, you can have new experiences and create a new character for yourself. You see what I'm saying? And when I say character, I don't mean that you're like faking. I don't mean that you're like creating like a false personas or anything like that. I mean like who we are as a person, like when we become shaped by our experiences. That's what I mean by character. So like I said, it's like there's a need to rewrite this story, and you need to rewrite the story by slowly but surely introducing new positive experiences. So don't run away from these experiences just because it feels foreign to you at first, because it doesn't seem like it fits the character that, has been created in your mind based off of past experiences. So that's all in the present. Okay, that was a lot of messages. So let's look at the outside person in the present, because I pull cards for like outside energy, like the outside person or people who are affecting you the most. So we have the 10 of Wands and then we have the Queen of Cups. So this person or these people, take it as it resonates. It could be friends, it could be family, it could be a romantic partner. This energy is coming up as the 10 of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So the 10 of Wands in reverse lets me know that there's someone around you that's very tired. They are very drained, I feel. They have a lot of love in their heart for you, or they have a lot of, I'm hearing passion. Yeah, love, passion in their heart for you. But they seem to be extremely tired, and they seem to not be putting in any effort, or not wanting to put in much effort. And that could be a problem for you. I'm sensing that that's something that's really, it's bothering you, that they're not putting in as much effort. I don't know if they're drained because of you, or they're drained because of other things going on in their life, but I do see that they clearly have a love or an attachment for you, but it's just that the energy is not being put in because they're drained in some way, shape, or form. I'm going to pull one more card. Yeah, okay. I pulled the mature woman card in reverse and the poverty card to clarify. This person is tapped out. I don't know what's going on in their life, like if it's the connection between you two that's draining them, or if it's like a combination of the connection along with other things, but they're like completely tapped out. Some of them could be having financial issues, literally, but for most of them, I just feel like they're energetically drained, and that's why they're not putting as much energy into it. So if you have someone around you that is just kind of out of it, and they're not really paying as much attention to you as you would like, or not putting in as much energy, it's because they literally have no energy. And I feel like they don't really know how to lift themselves up out of this kind of funk or this rut that they're in, and so they don't have energy for anyone, not even themselves. So that's what it's looking like to me. It looks like they may have energy to possibly work or focus on money or a career or something like that, but when it comes to like emotionally giving, emotionally extending themselves, it looks like they just can't. Like, they feel the emotion, but it looks like they can't express it outward. So again, take it as it resonates. This could be a person, this could be a family member, this could be a romantic interest, this could be a family member, this could be friends. This person is just really drained. So some of you could be wondering, as of right now, what this person is thinking, or why your connection is kind of going the way that it is. And I feel like they just really, they have enough energy to be in survival mode or to stay afloat for their stability, but they have very little energy to give, like emotionally. They can barely like take care of themselves emotionally, so it's going to be hard for them to extend emotion to you, but the feeling is definitely still there, is what I'm seeing. There's still that very strong feeling that is there. So let's look at your future prediction, because those energies was for, what's going on right now. So let's look at the future prediction for August 2020. So we have the 5 of Wands here, and then we have the 8 of Swords clarifying. So it looks like in the month of August, oh boy, I'm sensing a bit of conflict and a bit of confusion in the month of August. I'm not sure what's going on astrologically in August, but let me pull one more card to clarify this. One second. Okay, so I pulled clarifying cards. So in the month of August, what I'm seeing is that you have too many options. That's where the chaos and the confusion is coming from. There's a need for you to get very, very clear in the month of August about exactly what it is that you want, because I feel like in the month of August, suddenly there's going to be a plethora of options that you didn't know was available to you. So like I was saying before, some of you are very passionate about something and you're wanting to move towards it. And I feel like as you start to move towards it, all of a sudden, all of these options are going to open up. For example, if you are trying to move out of your house into a new house, if you're trying to, find a new apartment, right now you're so like, man, I just want to find at least one, option to move out of this apartment, right? And then you start moving towards it and you start like filling out applications, and you're going to come to find that you're going to have a plethora of options, like a bunch of houses or apartments are going to become available to you. Or maybe, you're getting back on the dating scene and you're a little bit nervous about it. You're going to come to find that a bunch of people are going to be interested in you out of nowhere. So it's almost like as you move towards what it is that you want, like that your heart is calling you towards, all of a sudden the universe just opens up all these options to you. So you initially felt like you were in this state of lack because there was that blockage, like we were talking about, that fear blockage. So you felt like you were in this state of lack initially, and then once you push through that fear blockage, all of a sudden it's like all of these different options just flooding towards you, and you're going to have to make very clear decisions. You're going to have to become more clear about what you want. Right now you have a general idea of what you want. You're saying, I want a new job, I want a new partner, I want to be, moving up in my career field. So it's very general, and that's okay, because right now it being general is a good thing, because all you know is that you have to break through that blockage for right now, right? But once that blockage is broken through, now it's like you need to get more specific. Where do you want that new apartment, or how do you want it to look? You know, that new partner that you want, what type of relationship do you want with that person? You know, how fast or how slow do you want to take it? You know, that new career. You know, which company are you going to choose? Because there might be multiple companies wanting to hire you. Which one do you want to choose? You know, so it's like you're moving from a time of being like, okay, I know what I want in general, to now the universe is telling you to make very clear decisions about what it is that you want and get specific. Your manifestations are going to get very specific, is what I'm seeing. And if you make those decisions and you don't hesitate, like if you go into those decisions with confidence, I'm seeing that you are going to be greatly rewarded with happiness and with stability in the month of August, because the Queen of Wands is here and the Four of Wands is here. So this is like you confidently moving towards exactly what it is that you want and being specific about it. For some of you, you could be wanting to move to a different state, is what I'm hearing. Excuse me. You could be wanting to move to a different state, and the universe is basically telling you, get specific about where you want to move, because you could have like multiple states in line that you may, you know, want to move to. And the universe is basically saying, if you are not choosing one, then you're choosing none. You see what I'm saying? So you having a bunch of options is a good thing, but you need to get very specific, and you need to move towards your decision with confidence. You know, don't be hesitant about it. Of course you can, you know, plan things out, but the universe wants you to go towards this very boldly and confidently. So make sure that it is something that you truly, truly want, and understand that you are deserving of whatever it is that you want. Because one thing that I'm picking up too is that you have a hard time manifesting things specifically, because sometimes you have this blockage of not feeling like you are deserving or worthy of it. So in the month of August, the universe is going to basically help move you towards the direction of knowing that you can plan your life down to the detail. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people are afraid to do that. They just kind of say, oh, generally, I just want this in general, and then kind of move towards a general direction, because that they're playing it safe. But it's much more scary to say, I specifically want this, and plan what you want, like to the detail. You know, it's more difficult to do that. So the universe is giving you these options in the month of August to help you to start to change your mindset, for you to start to be more specific about what it is that you want, because you do have options, and you are worthy of all those options, and you're worthy of the one that you genuinely want. So it's basically time to stop moving your life in the direction of, well, you know, I'll just take whatever is, you know, available to me, or I'll just settle for the best option, or I'll just settle for, gosh, how do I say this when I'm hearing? I'll just settle for what I see in front of me, but it's not exactly what I want, but, you know, I'll just settle for the best that there is, but it's not really what I want. The universe is wanting you to bypass that mindset and to go for the absolute best, and to stop settling, pretty much. So, okay, that was a lot of messages. I hope that resonated or gave you some sort of motivation. So let's look at the outside energy for August. Like, what's the type of people or the person that's going to be affecting you the most in August? We have the Justice card in reverse, and we have the Page of Pentacles. So we have the Page of Pentacles being here. This is someone who wants to start something new with you in the month of August. Okay. Very odd message here. So someone wanting to start something new with you in the month of August, with the Justice card being here in the reverse. This is someone who isn't really deserving of starting something new with you. Let me pull one more card for that interesting message. One second. Okay, so in the month of August, I'm seeing here that there's someone around you who is going to offer to start something new with you, but deep down they feel like they are not deserving of this offer, that they're feeling like they're not deserving of you actually accepting this offer, but they're going to try to give it to you anyway. It's weird. It almost feels like this is someone who has already done you wrong. And so it's like they're going to give you this offer, but they know that they've done you wrong. So they know that you have every right to say no. But they're going to want to start over anyway. This person is not very confident about this offer. Like, when they come in, it's going to be a very timid sort of like, hey, can I talk to you really quickly? Or, do you have a second? Like something along those lines. It's a very timid energy. I'm not sure if this is the same outside energy as the other person that I read. Remember, I read the present energy of someone around you who loves you, but they stopped putting energy in because they're drained. This could be the same person. Who knows? Like maybe, who knows? It could be the same or it could be a different person. But I'm just seeing this as someone who, they feel like they've done you wrong. And because they've done you wrong, they're coming in like in a very timid way. They're not coming in very confident at all. And so it's going to be up to you then to decide exactly, if you can start over with this, because the coffin card is here. This is something that ended. This is something that ended. And they're not too happy about the fact that it ended. Initially, they could have been fine with there being distance, but I feel like they sort of woke up and came to their senses. Again, this doesn't have to be romantic. This could be a friend that you've been distant from. This could be a family member that you cut ties with. Who knows? But yeah, this is someone who's done you wrong, and they sort of feel like they're not even deserving of you even taking them back in, but I feel like they're going to try it anyway. They're going to try it. Okay, so we're going to finish this in the extended. Yeah, we're going to finish this, and I'm curious myself to see what's going on with this person. Yeah, just be very mindful. Like, we're going to get more into this in the extended, but if you don't purchase the extended, I'm just going to leave you with this. Just be mindful of this, because this is something that it's imbalanced. It ended because there was an imbalance. So you have to figure out if there's still an imbalance, because if that same imbalance exists, then the same thing is just going to end up happening to you. This could also be, though, I'm hearing that for some of you, if this is not a person offering you something, it could be you getting some sort of job offer and you're needing to be careful about it because there's something sketchy about the job. Like, they could be trying to pay you less than what you're worth, but that's only for a small group of you. That's only for a small amount of you. For most of you, this is like a person who has, there's some sort of imbalance here, injustice here that has taken place, and they're going to try to come back in. Okay, so we're going to, like I said, extend this. I will get more in depth into all of these messages. I'm going to pull clarifying cards from my other deck, from my Osho Zen tarot deck, which gets more like deep into the, emotional side of things, more into like the psyche, into the subconscious. So we're going to dive much deeper into your present energy, but then also into your future energy and into this, this outside person as well. So thank you guys for watching, and the link to the extended will be in the description box, and I will see you guys over on the extended. Bye.